I have very limited space to store everything, so my stash is kept in various boxes and bags and plastic containers. So I'm at the point of moving my fabric stash into, hopefully it'll fit in these 3 boxes that have the front handle on them and a hard closure. A lot of my fabrics are gifts to me from various friends and acquaintances. A little bit of it are items that I've purchased. Some are well marked and I know what it is. Others I have no clue. This is not all of my fabric. I have a couple of other stacks to get to, so I may film this in multiple parts. And kind of go through them as I'm trying to figure out how to arrange them. So just kind of start off with this stack here, from, you know, good old, you know, big box craft stores. Is 28 antique white, even weave. You know, pretty decent sized piece, enough I can do, you know, mid-sized projects on. This one has already been opened because I've kind of tested it for a potential product, but this would be, you know, 14 count, very soft, nice large piece. It is designed to make, you know, much bigger projects. I'm actually contemplating putting a number of Told in the Garden or Butternut Road pieces together on this, doing them 14 count over 1 and seeing how well they fit to kind of make, use them as borders, and then run down the center ones more geared towards new couples, you know, just kind of playing with that, see if that might be an option that I can make for my niece. And then this is a baby, it's an alphabet Afghan. I don't know if the pattern's in there, but it's designed to, you know, kind of make a alphabet on. But I was thinking of making, not this as for a baby, but actually making this with the little small motifs from designers like Country Cottage, Little House Needlework, some of their series like ornament series or other series, and just trying to see if I can map out multiple series and put them together on this. Not sure, that was just an idea that I have. And then a great friend gifted me these beautiful stockings, and I think there's 4, I think there's another one somewhere, but it's basically a stocking that you, which I haven't figured out how to do yet, to get inside it to actually stitch it, but it's already basically finished, so all that you have to do is stitch it. And she gave me the corresponding patterns, so I need to find the patterns that go with that and kind of store that together. So right now these things that are not quite sure what I'm going to do with them, I'm just kind of stacking like sizes together before I start actually putting anything in the boxes. This is a piece I love. It's an already finished pillow sham. So it's another one again that you open up and you sew. And I think originally the pattern was probably a teddy bear or something, but I'm thinking because of the Christmas plaid colors, making something maybe actually for myself on this. So this is just another one kind of to the side, so I'm not quite sure packaging. This is a beautiful piece of fabric. This is, again, another gift. Kind of a natural color with these red and green and gold strands running through. I haven't measured, like a lot of these I haven't measured yet, so that's another reason why I'm kind of putting them to the side, is waiting to see if I can get the measurements on them. But this is another one that I might do small, kind of Christmas centered or Christmas themed patterns on, and I might, you know, either cut this into multiple pieces. Of course it would make a beautiful you know, holiday table runner. So again, it's going to sit over here in the not quite sure stack. This is another Afghan that a lady had started. Here's her first few stitches, but she didn't remember the pattern and can't find it. And so she just gave me the Afghan fabric, and she said, you know, either you can try and find the pattern and go ahead and stitch it that way, or take all this out and start fresh. And I'm still in search of the pattern, so if anybody kind of would recognize maybe what style design this is, kind of point me in the right direction. I'm such a new stitcher, I don't really know. It's beautiful stitching, and I kind of hate to take it out, but it's not an awful lot of stitching, so that if I take it out, I haven't, you know, taken out a huge bunch of her work. Then I was gifted this laminated burlap sheets, and this is something I was going to try to figure out a way to do something with, not quite sure. A friend of mine wanted a large piece of beige Aida to make a couple of samplers on, and it has been on order with my local needlework shop forever and still hasn't come in. So I went ahead and just picked up this parchment, half yard, and I'm going to take this to her and see if she can make this work, or if she just still wants to continue to wait until the beige comes in. So if she chooses to not want it, then I have tons of projects that need some neutral colored Aida for, so that will be fine. This is a piece from Crosswing Collection. I guess I should probably take it out. I think originally they designed this fabric. It's a rainbow fabric, so it covers all of the rainbow colors. And it was sold with the Glendon Place Easter tree. Don't know the name of the pattern, but it's a tree with a bunny in it. And it's gorgeous, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the Easter tree, but I definitely wanted the fabric. So for my local needlework shop, I went ahead and bought the fabric separately, but they had to order it. So they said it was going to take a while. So while I was, and they weren't even sure if they were going to be able to get it, so I went ahead and called Crosswing Collection directly and found out that I could buy from them directly. So I placed an order, and so somewhere I should have another copy of the same fabric, which is great because now I do want to do the Glendon Place, I do want to do the Glendon Place Easter tree, and I also want to do another project on it. So I love the fabric so much that I will, I'm sure I will do two projects on it. This is a neutral tone. I cannot remember the count, nor can I remember the brand. So I'm going to have to sit down with an inch measure and just kind of count the squares and figure out what the count is. And it's probably a quarter of a yard, or a fat quarter. So it kind of has a little bit of a yellow tone to it. I'm not a real big fan of yellow, but this is so slight that I think I'm going to be able to make it work. So this one's going to go over in the pending pile. This pending pile, the reason I put the rainbow fabric there is I want to find, because I know that I have a pattern for that, I just have to find the pattern. So some of these fabrics I have just to stash them. Others I have that I know I have a specific pattern. Again, in my organization, I just have to find it. This is a 30 count. It's a fat eighth. It's very close to the tin roof color that Weeks makes, but I don't think it's tin roof by Weeks. So it's one I'm not quite sure of what the color is, nor do I know what pattern I had it for. So I'm kind of going to make a stack of the fat eighths that I don't know that I specifically got a specific pattern for. Then I'm just going to kind of put that in that middle the middle box, and we'll see how this goes. This is a 32 count that I need for Song of the People. Song of the People is a to hold in the garden that I love, that I'm not sure now if it's going to fit on this fabric or not. And so I'm going to kind of put it over here in this smaller box. This is going to be smaller pieces of fabric and things that I'm not quite sure if they're going to work for the original intended purpose. I'm just kind of talking my way through this and making this up as I go, I guess. This is an 8.5 by 9 piece of kind of lightly variegated fabric. Again, it's one I don't know what I was going to use it for, nor do I know its count. So it's going to kind of go over there in that small fabric, don't know, set. And a lot of these won't have, I won't remember what the pattern is for them, so when I come across their patterns, then I'll pull them back out. This is a 13.5 18, so another fat 8. Not really much variegation in it. Kind of a tan kind of color. Beautiful. And tons of uses for that, but not a specific pattern. So actually, that just might be my fat 8th box right there. We might just do that to fat 8s. Okay, this is a 28 count. It's a beautiful blue. I can't remember if it's Morris blue, because it's only dyed on one side, and I know that there's a fabric that was only dyed on one side, and I can't remember the name of it. And it's, 12 by 17.5, so pretty much a fat quarter. The fact that it's less than 13 inches means it was probably either a fabric flare or, kind of a specialty dyer. So beautiful, just pale blue color. Really love that one. And you will see that I have a lot of variety in what I like. I love my neutrals just as much as I love these bright, beautiful, bold colors. This is a 30 count Cherry Vanilla Weeks dye work. Fat 8th. This I was going to make a friend's high-heeled shoe pattern on, and I found another color of pink I liked better. More of a pink instead of a I don't know, more salmon tone pink. So I ended up stitching it on that, but I want to stitch the pattern again for another friend, so I think that is what I'm going to do with this piece. So I'm going to stick it over here with the I need to find the pattern that goes with that. This is Earthen, and this is pretty recent acquisition. I was waiting on this fabric for quite a while. There is a pattern by I don't remember who it's by now, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's a beautiful reindeer, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I needed pretty close to a half yard for it. So I ordered the Earthen, and this is in a 28 count by Picture This Plus. So that's one I have to find the pattern for, so it's going to go over in the pattern stack. And this is a pretty big video, so I'm going to stop this one here. Keep making those mini worm memories. Have a great day.